Hey everybody, it's Menaree. Welcome back to my channel. So it feels weird to be back in front of the camera. It has been probably about a month or maybe a little over a month since I've recorded anything. I made sure to pre-record several videos for you guys so you wouldn't miss out on any of my content while I was down and out. So yeah, if you read the title, you already know why I haven't recorded in over a month. It's because I had surgery. I don't know. It's sort of, if you guys are squeamish or don't want to hear about girly bits, because I had surgery, on my girly parts, then I wouldn't suggest you watch this video. But if you're interested in hearing, what happened and why I had to have surgery, then, stay here because I'm about to spill it anyway. Yeah, so I had a hysterectomy. Honestly, looking for videos and things before I had surgery on YouTube, there's really not a lot of information in regards to having a hysterectomy. So for those of you who don't know what a hysterectomy is, it is when you have your uterus, your cervix, ovaries, all of your reproductive organs basically removed. And there can be a number of reasons why you have them removed. There's several different variations of the surgery. Sometimes they only remove certain parts. Sometimes they remove all of it. I actually had everything removed except for one baby ovary. I have one ovary left. Yeah, so I thought I'd just come on here and just talk to you guys about why and how I'm feeling so far, and discuss all that. So I guess I'll start back a few months ago. My menstrual cycle had started changing a little bit. I've always been one of those people who's been super lucky in regards to my menstrual cycle only being a few days, no cramping, barely at all, very light. Like, I am so thankful that I went all those years without having any major issues. And that was even after having 2 children. My cycle never changed. It just stayed very regular and very, she behaved herself. But probably about 5-6 months ago, I started seeing a little bit of a change. She started becoming very angry, not very, regular, very, very aggressive is what I'm gonna call it. In regards to my cycle, it just, cramping, very bad cramping, very, very heavy, very, was what I told my doctor, gruesome, if that makes any sense. Yeah, gruesome, just horrible. And I thought maybe because I was getting a little older, your body changes a little bit, not really thinking that it was anything else, until, about the end of May, where I ended up in the emergency room. I had been in severe pain for probably 3 or 4 days. It wasn't getting any better, and I knew something was not right. So I ended up going to the emergency room where they did ultrasounds and found that I had a huge cyst on my left ovary. It's at about 3.5 inches in, length, and, huge cyst. She also found several huge fibroids on my uterus. For those of you who don't know what a fibroid is, it's basically like a tumor. Most of the time they're benign, they're not cancerous, but they do cause a lot of issues when they're on your uterus. They cause cramps, horrible pain, irregular menstrual cycles, heavy, gruesome, cycles. All the symptoms that I was having is basically what, the fibroids and the cyst were causing. So yeah, that was a little concerning, obviously. And to be honest, I felt a little betrayed by my body. Like, I had never had issues like that before. I have friends who've had issues like that most of their lives, and for me to be having issues like this I felt all of a sudden, but it had been a couple months, I just hadn't realized. I felt like my body was betraying me. Like, I felt like I've been treating you good and you're dogging me out. Like, what's going on? Yeah, I was referred to a specialist in the gynecology department, and we went from there. With more scans and more ultrasounds, we found that another cyst had grown on my left ovary. So now at this time I had 2 huge cysts on my left ovary. And cysts are dangerous because they can bust or burst, and You can get a lot of bleeding that way, a lot of, just severe pain. So the size of my cysts were concerning because for one, they were big, and for two, there was another one that had grown within a couple weeks of a scan. And on top of that, the doctor had let me know that the fibroids on my uterus were, there was several of them that were the size of golf balls, and that my uterus was, very large and misshapen, and that it was only going to get worse, and that I was at risk for severe bleeding. So he made a decision along with me that I needed to have, a hysterectomy. I only had a couple weeks to digest all this information, and to be honest, I was completely horrified. Like, there's so many questions that you have when you are faced with a surgery like that. Like, I didn't know, how my body would change after, I didn't want to go into premenopause or go into menopause because, without your, reproductive organs, everything like that starts to change. We didn't know if those cysts, because mine were partially solid, if they are cancerous or not. I have not gotten those results back yet, but hopefully, they were just cysts. There was nothing cancerous with those. And yeah, just not a lot of information in regards to what happens to your body after you have a surgery like that. So yeah, I was scheduled for surgery within 2 weeks of finding out that I needed to have surgery. He wanted to get it done quick. Like I said, because there were several risks that they wanted to go ahead and avoid. And I was originally scheduled to have a laparoscopic surgery where they go in through your belly button and, piece apart, your uterus and things and take it out that way. So basically, a laparoscopic hysterectomy, the recovery time is a lot quicker. It's about 2 weeks. Of course, you have to take it easy, but it's a super quick recovery, and they opt to do those because obviously it's not so traumatic. But I unfortunately ended up having a hysterectomy where they basically cut me from hip to hip. My surgery didn't go as planned. They spent a good 45 minutes, I guess, trying to go through laparoscopically, but I just had too much scar tissue from the previous surgeries that I've had. I've had a couple C-sections and a tubal, and so I woke up with, basically another C-section situation. The recovery, when I woke up in the hospital, I don't want to get too much into that because it's sort of upsetting still. I was in extreme pain. I was told that I woke up before they could administer medications, and to wake me up, I woke up before all that was done. So I woke up in an extreme amount of pain. I have never been in that much pain in my life, and I hope to God that I never am again. It was one of the most horrible experiences I've ever had in my life. But yeah, so I mean, things happen. But once they got my pain under control, I stayed in the hospital overnight. There were a few more complications to where I ended up staying over 2 nights and was released to come home. And the recovery for this type of hysterectomy is now 4 to 6 weeks instead of the original 2 weeks. And it's been difficult. I'm so grateful and lucky that my husband has been home for the first 2 weeks. He actually started back to work yesterday, and of course was texting me and making sure that I was fine throughout the day, because that's the first day I've been alone. But I'm so lucky that I had him for 2 whole weeks to help me, because it was really, really difficult. It's one of the most difficult recoveries that I've been through. I don't know if it's because I'm older now or just because of the work that had to be done, but it's been very, very difficult. But I am feeling a lot better, and obviously I'm recording videos for you guys, but we're now, I think it's a few days shy of being 3 weeks since I had surgery. But yeah, I just didn't want you guys to miss out on any content while I was gone, so I made sure to put up some stuff before I went in for surgery, and also was able to keep in contact with you guys through comments and replying back to comments, while I was home recovering. A few of you had, wished me well, and I appreciate all the comments on you guys, hoping that I get better quick, and, praying for me. And yeah, I just really appreciate all those comments. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share where I've been the last couple weeks, and I'm excited to be back making videos for you guys. But anyway, thank you guys for watching and listening to all this, you know, yummy yummy girly stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.